Okay, so let's begin with part 1 on linear factors. In this part, we'll begin with an example that might look quite familiar. That's because this is exactly the same as the example that we used in the first introductory video. So how do we go about solving this? Well, the first step is to factorize the denominator. So, for x squared plus 4x plus 3, we can see that 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 plus 1 is 4. So, to factorize, we would get x plus 1 and x plus 3. So we can rewrite the expression as 7x plus 1 over x plus 1 times by x plus 3. And we can see that this matches up with the form of the linear factor. And the solution would be in the form capital A over x plus A plus capital B over x plus B. We can rewrite that out too. So in this case, we can see that this A is just 1, and B is 3 from this side. Now what we want to do is we want to find the values of capital A and capital B. So the method to finding this is actually quite similar to the method that we use in the example above as well. First thing we're going to do is multiply both sides by x plus 1 and x plus 3, which on the left hand side would cancel out the x plus 1 and the x plus 3. So we would be left with just 7x plus 11. That would equal A x plus 1 x plus 3 over x plus 1 plus B x plus 1 x plus 3 x plus 3, and we can see that there would be cancellation on the right hand side as well, and so we'd be left with 7x plus 11 equals A x plus 3 plus B x plus 1. And there are multiple ways to go around solving this, but the way that I find easiest is to substitute in values to zero out the A or the B. You'll see what I mean. So if we substitute, for example, substitute x equals -3, then we will get 7 multiplied by -3 plus 11 equals A multiplied by -3 plus 3 plus B multiplied by -3 plus 1. We can see here that A multiplied by -3 plus 3 is A multiplied by 0, which is just 0. Which means we can just get rid of this and we can continue solving. So we would get -21 plus 11 equals 0 plus B times -2, which is -10 equals -2B, which means B equals 5. So now we have B. We'll just use the same technique to get A. So in this case, we want to zero out the B variable. So we'll go and we'll sub in x equals -1, which will give us 7 multiplied by -1 plus 11 equals A times by -1 plus 3 plus B multiplied by -1 plus 1, which again, that would just equal 0. We can get rid of that. And then this would be -7 plus 11 equals a multiplied by 2. So 4 equals 2a, and that means that a equals 2. So now that we have a and b, we're going to put them back into the equation up here. So let me just rewrite this again. Was 7x plus 11 over x plus 1, x plus 3. That will now be a over x plus 1, where a is 2, so 2 over x plus 1, plus b over x plus 3, and b is 5, so 5 over x plus 3. And this looks very similar to what we had originally over here. And in a test or exam, if we wanted to see that this was correct, we could go over on the side, do working out, and it should equal what we got over here, just like it did when we did it the first time up here. Okay, and so that's the end of part 1, example 1.